Okay, so as you guys already know, I love all things sports. I love the mental side behind sports. I love the physical side. I love the different strategies that teams and coaches actually come up with. I love the fact that in some sports, in some fighting sports, that some athletes can mentally dominate some other athletes to the point where even before the fight starts, they've already kind of lost in their mind. And so all things sports I honestly love. And recently I've been getting into a new sport, the sport of baseball. And this has actually been really interesting. There's two reasons why I've actually started looking into this sport and really want to start getting into this sport. One, because a couple months ago I actually watched the World Series, and that was actually really good. That was like the first couple of games I was actually starting to actually get into and actually kind of keep up with the Dodgers actually winning that. And then the second reason is because I actually watched an anime called Ace of Diamond, which was so amazing, was really good, had a couple of seasons, and I think a new season should be coming out in the near future. And that was such an amazing anime. But then of course in the world of anime, they are over dramatic in a lot of different scenarios and situations. And so I really want to just get into the whole sport of baseball. And so in this video today, that is exactly what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be starting to learn some of the basics behind baseball, really wanting to kind of pick a team, maybe see some favorite players, and just really want to kind of learn a lot more about this amazing sport. And so for all my baseball fans out there, all my people who don't even know about baseball and actually want to kind of get into it and actually join me on this journey and actually learning a lot more about baseball, stay tuned for this video as I react to one of the videos that MLB, the YouTube channel, actually put up about learning some of the basics behind pitching. So what is up guys, my name is Philip and welcome to my channel Psych Pass Shoot Score, your channel for anything sports and sports psychology related. So if you enjoy any sports, but as we're going to be getting into baseball, make sure you subscribe for more content just like this. And in today we're going to be reviewing, reacting to this YouTube video put together, looking at some baseball bits, looking at some pitching bits specifically, and hopefully some of my other knowledge around just sports psychology in general will actually come into effect, learning this sport, learning some different positions and stuff like that, because I only know a few bits, just kind of the basic knowledge behind baseball. So join me on this journey and let's get started.
What was that? Seriously, what pitch was that? One goes this way, one goes that
crazy.
way, one goes like that, another's doing this. And batters only have 150 milliseconds to identify the pitch.
Whoa. That is not a lot of time at all. I didn't know it was that quick, those pitches were up.
And decide whether to swing. That's half as long as it takes to blink, but it's the difference between this
that ball is way gone.
And this.
Yeah, he's back.
Swing and a miss and break.
That is crazy. I knew the pitches were fast, of course, but I didn't know they were actually that fast. And I think from a sports psychology kind of perspective, I think that kind of shows that within this sport, information processing speed is actually very important for the batters to make sure they're adjusted to try and hit the shot. And then of course for the pitchers to make sure they're positioned well. So the way that they kind of process information is very important. That's kind of what it kind of looks like from my perspective.
This is bat.
So, quick question. What is the difference between all these pitches? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Pitch School. Let's get into it.
School's in session.
There are 4 basic types of pitches,
Okay.
and each has a unique way of challenging a batter. Fastballs use speed. Changeups are all about timing. Breaking balls rely on movement, and knuckleballs, we'll come back to those. First up, good old number 1, the heater, cheddar, gas, the fastball.
This ball completely.
There's some crazy nicknames, but I didn't know there were so many different variations to kind of pitch the ball. It kind of seems like there's a lot going on, a lot of things the pitcher actually has to think about. They have to kind of analyze, maybe a lot of homework that they have to do, watching film to make sure that the pitches that they actually are doing is going to increase the likelihood of them actually getting strikes. So that's really interesting.
The goal of the fastball is, it's pretty self-explanatory. A pitcher throws the ball as fast as he can, trying to blow by the batter.
Then he fires another flaming fastball.
The fastball was the original pitch. and it just kept getting faster. The current record is 105 miles per hour.
Whoa.
But pitchers threw heat even before the radar gun gave us an accurate number. And they had to get pretty creative in how they measured. By some accounts, Bob Feller hit triple digits in the 1940s.
That's crazy.
And speed isn't the fastball's only weapon. While they mostly go straight, how you throw it can give it just a little bit of movement. The classic four-seamer is the straightest and thrown the hardest. Then there's the cutter and the two-seamer. These guys move horizontally, just in opposite directions, and are known for producing plenty of firewood.
Cutting in and taking.
Whoa, that is crazy. So not only are there a lot of different variations of pitches, but then within the specific pitch, there are different variations on how you can actually throw them. So that comes down to like your finger placement. That is a lot of different technique and placement that actually has a big impact on that.
Picking apart that bat.
Finally, there's fastballs that drop, the sinker and splitter. The difference is in the grip, but the goal is the same. Ugly swings in the dirt and easy ground ball outs.
Grounder to short, should be a double play. It is.
Even though all these pitches move a few inches in different ways, they're all still fastballs.
He struck him out. Look at Freeman. He smashed.
Man, he's vexed. That's crazy.
Fastball is the original pitch in baseball, and it remains the best. If you can throw it north of 98, you don't have to worry too much about your other pitches.
Take Nathan Patterson. Nathan went to a Rockies game last year as a fan, but after hitting 96 on the Stadium Speed Challenge, the Oakland A's offered him a contract.
Really? So you can get signed like just like that? Like you don't have to. That's crazy. Just putting up a video on Instagram and stuff like that, you get signed. That, wow. I wonder where he is now. That's crazy.
Whether it sinks, cuts, or blazes its way through, in 2019, 58% of pitches were fastballs.
Okay, so it's
Number
definitely
one
used the
for a
most.
reason.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, the yin to fastball's yang, the changeup. Maybe the sneakiest weapon in a pitcher's arsenal.
He kept swinging harder and harder, and Santana just kept taking more and more off.
The goal of the changeup is to throw off a hitter's timing. If they're expecting a 99-mile-per-hour fastball and it comes in at 75, they're going to swing way in front of it.
In the 1850s, Harry Wright came in and delivered a ball that looked like a fastball but came up slow. And this was the change of pace. It preceded the curveball in the many attempts by pitchers to deceive batters.
That's crazy. So, oh wait.
The greater difference between the speed of your fastball and your changeup.
Wait a second. Let's go back. Let's go back.
Batters.
The greater difference between the speed of your fastball and your changeup.
Those look exactly the same. Man, I would hate to be a batter. So even though these are completely different throws, because of course they're completely different speeds and stuff like that, so the batter has to adjust to make sure that they're either hitting a fastball or a changeup. But then they only have half of a blink of... What the... That is crazy.